Hey guys, welcome to Technical Tuesday. This is Peachnik. You're watching MUGGMITTS. Today, we are showcasing a very special build. This build was requested by a very good friend of mine and colleague, Steve Carey. Steve, here you go, buddy. Open, great and mighty door, I command you! The sound of 100 slaves dragging 100 blocks. It opens. Now close! Back the whence you came. Yes! Now to view the wiring. Oh my sweet Jesus! It's a mess. I know it's a mess. You know it's a mess. We're gonna clean it up. It's gonna look good. Well, Steve, here you go, buddy. You said not complicated, and there you go. Not complicated. Right? Okay, the first step to building this automatic door is to be really comfortable with a flip-flop circuit. So, to build a flip-flop circuit, all you need is a line of 3, redstone at one end, torch at the other. Pistons facing inward, 2 blocks inside, block at either end, redstone, 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 repeater facing this way. Your output is right here. And that's all there is to that. So this switches a button input to a lever output. Now, all we have to do is stack them up. First, make a 3x5 slab, added 1 layer around the edge, leaving the space in the middle for your redstone and your redstone torch. And there's your second one. Same thing, up 1, over 1, and build a 3x5 slab. Add the ring around the outside, redstone, torch, pistons on the end, facing inward, 2 blocks in the middle, block on either end, repeater, redstone. Step that in. And there's your output. And one more. Up 1 over 1, 3x5 slab, rim around the outside, redstone, torch, 2 blocks, block, block, repeater, redstone, and step it in. Now that we have 4 flip-flop switches, we need to wire them into our door. First, we need to set up where the pistons are going to be underneath the door frame. On the side that your outputs point at, set up as many rows as you would like the door to be wide of 3 sticky pistons and 1 regular piston. Pistons, when they're extended, double in height. So we needed to set up wiring for every other block to power the piston on top of the one when the bottom was extended. Like so. Next you add the blocks behind so that you can wire each repeater with redstone. After each row has been wired, tie in the wiring to your flip-flop circuit. The bottom row ties to the first flip-flop. Remember to use repeaters where necessary to extend the strength of the signal. Similarly, the second row goes to the second flip-flop, the third to the third, and the final, with a repeater. Now that we have our 4 flip-flop circuits wired into our piston extenders, we need to lay our minecart track, which will trigger the flip-flops. First, build a small tower of blocks, with powered rail running on the downside, and regular rail running up the upside. This stops the minecart from going too far in the circuit and over-triggering the door. Lay the rest of the minecart track, going past the input for each flip-flop, and build another small tower of blocks with powered rail on the downslope and regular rail on the upslope. Now, put in your detector rails And now, add in powered rails to keep the minecart moving through the system. Make sure your minecart gains enough speed to make it up the slope at the other end of the track. To ensure the minecart goes over this small tower of blocks, make the top rail a regular rail so that it passes over and stops on the downslope. When this rail is powered, it will continue moving in the direction that you need it to. Get out of here! God, get out of here, stupid fucking pig! Get out of here! Next, we need to wire the door to close in a specific order. The pistons need to retract 1, 2, 3. 2 has to turn on and shut off. 4, 3 has to turn on and shut off. Then 2 has to turn on and shut off. First, our fourth flip-flop needs to be shut off. So, all we have to do is put a detector rail and wire it into the flip-flop. Remember to use a repeater to increase signal strength. Next, our second piston needs to be shut off. So our third flip-flop needs to be triggered again. Simple enough. Wire in a detector rail into the flip-flop circuit. Again, remember to use your repeaters. Now we need our third set of pistons to shut off, so our second flip-flop needs to be triggered. Again, simple detector rail wired into the flip-flop circuit. More repeaters. At this point, we need the second row to turn on and shut off, which grabs the top row of pistons and pulls it down. To do this, we can't use our flip-flop circuit. We need to wire in something completely different. All we need here is a simple circuit. Repeaters, redstone, and then wired into your detector rail. Now we need the last set of pistons to turn off. We have to wire into our first flip-flop. A good practice is to try and leave space wherever possible. Sometimes these flip-flop circuits like to behave oddly. Now we need a simple pulse of the second row of pistons. For convenience sake, we can wire into the output of the flip-flop without interfering with the flip-flop, like so. Again, don't forget your repeaters. The last stage of our door simply needs the third row to pulse as it did here. That means all we have to do is wire directly into this circuit here. And there you have it. Now, all that's left to do is put in your powered rails to keep the minecart going automatically around the track. When placing your powered rails, make sure they don't interfere with any of your other redstone circuits, otherwise you'll have a problem. The easiest way to decide where your powered rails go is just to walk your minecart around the track, closing the door every time and opening the door every time. That way you don't run into problems by having one switch on, one switch off, one switch turns on that's not supposed to be turned on, etc., etc. As a general rule, putting a detector rail one rail before the detector, leaving a space of 4 or 5 rails between the detector rail and the next powered rail, is fairly effective. Unfortunately, this design only works with falling blocks: red sand, sand, and gravel. After you put your 4 falling blocks in, it's easy to tell where the level of the floor has to be. Obviously, you want the button to open and close the door somewhere nearby. So, wire your button into the powered rail. Wires, which don't look great hanging out all over your floor, can now be covered up with carpet. This signal passes over the top of this block and is not stopped by the carpet. So just do the same on the other side for the other powered rails, adding in a repeater. And there you have it. One quadruple extension piston door. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this Minecraft tutorial. I had a great time making it. As you can see, there's tons more coming. I've been working on this for a while now, a couple weeks probably, and I got a lot of fun stuff to show you guys. I'm really excited. And I hope that you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a like, leave me a comment. I'd really appreciate it, and every little thing helps. I really love getting feedback from you guys. I really love hearing from you. The more people we can get involved, the more requests you guys send me, the more I'll have to show you. I'm always willing to solve a Minecraft problem or help you guys solve some of your redstone wiring tricks or whatever you need. So don't be shy. Send in thought, comment, criticism, whatever you got. Again, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Mug.